So I'm Ashley Beeby, and I found my career as a heavy vehicle diesel mechanic by accident. A local employer came to my school in Year 10 and they offered work experience. I sat through a 30-minute presentation where they talked about what they did in their business, and I came out of that presentation with some vague idea that maybe I'd be working on cars, and I could have a chance to be cool and sexy like Megan Fox in the first Transformers movie. And then I found out I was going to be working on trucks. So naturally, I had no interest in trucks, and I wasn't interested in going anymore. But fortunately, my parents convinced me not to waste a good opportunity, and I attended my week of work experience in overalls that were 3 times my size, without an interest in trucks, and I helped a technician rebuild an engine. It turned out I loved it. And the reason I loved it was because I felt like I just found this brand new world. There was so much more to rebuilding an engine and so much more to move a truck than I ever could have imagined, and I just had to know more. So, from that new experience, I decided to take on a vet subject alongside my VCE studies. But the school system didn't really support 2 curriculums. So while I was doing my automotive studies, I'd often miss out on some of my other subjects like literature, English language, and math methods. And then while my vet students in the class with me, they had the setup to do work experience as part of their curriculum. If I wanted to continue engaging with the industry, I had to go out of my way during my school holidays to keep testing the field and see if I was genuinely interested. And it turns out I was one of the lucky students because there were other students who were turned away from doing both curriculums. But as I did have the opportunity to do both, at the start of Year 12, I made the decision I was more interested in an apprenticeship than I was about going to university. My other passion in life is writing, and in my free time I continue to write speculative fiction novels, but I knew that no university degree could guarantee me success in the field, and I decided that entering the workforce was what I wanted to do after high school. Sorry, I didn't realise I could bring notes, so I'm going to just take a moment here to remember. So, as I decided to continue VCE and vet, I didn't want to throw away all the work I'd put into my VCE subjects, and I continued with my Year 12 exams. The result of that was, after not applying for a single university and having an apprenticeship lined up before my exams, I had the second highest ATAR in my school with a 95. Now, now, hands up if you think I may have regretted my decision not to apply for university at that point. Well, you're all a very good guess because it didn't even occur to me to regret my decision. And the reason for that was because I'd spent time in the industry throughout Year 11 and 12, really testing my passion, so I knew I'd made the right decision for me. And it turned out that my apprenticeship only led to further opportunities and achievements. In my 5-year career, I've had the opportunity to mentor fellow apprentices. I've had the opportunity to speak at events like this and also participate in media campaigns as a vet champion, and prior to that, not only advocating for vet pathways, but also advocating for women to enter more male-dominated industries. I finished my apprenticeship 8 months early, and then I decided to move on to equipment bigger than trucks, and I took on a job at a coal mine in Queensland. For context, that bottom left picture, that yellow circle is me next to a machine. And my most recent achievement has been starting a business here in Melbourne as a mobile diesel mechanic, and I'm still only just getting started. So to all of you here today, if you are still sceptical about the vet system and maybe are still sceptical of the value of it, even after you hear the rest of the vet champions share their incredible stories, I have just one question for you. What do you define as a successful education for your students? Because for me, education is all about being prepared for the workforce, a workforce that you can both take pride in and thrive in. So that pathway is going to look different for every single student. The duration and the type of education will be different. So why can't vet pathways be a successful education too? Thank you.